So what we got right here is 4 Y-Wings with the tidal and ion turrets going up against 2 large ships. And I apologize for that. I realize that must have been mentally scarring for some of you right there. I will go sack Brandon right now.
That's what a Jawa looks like without the mask, for the record.
So, Chad, what do you think strategy for Brendan is going to be going up against these warthogs?
Yeah, so the strategy here to me is just yeah, y'all are good. I mean, we're just hanging out back here. Yeah, no. So I think the strategy here is gonna be he's probably because he only has 1 evade on Chewie, and he's only got 2 evades on what is it, Leebo. His main strategy here is definitely gonna be to try to avoid 1 or avoid 2 of them at a time and just kind of stay at range 3, and just try to blink off some shield before going in for a kill. I think they're pilot skill 3 or 4. The Warthogs. Maybe they're 2s.
I think the warthogs are 2s. Let me go check on that for you.
Thank you. Strategy will be to die. Yeah, eventually. That's kind of what happens when you play X-Wing. Something dies, and then something else dies, and then if you do that before your opponent does, if you die before your opponent, then they just lose, or then you lose. So that's how you play X-Wing. Just 15. All right, thanks for hanging in there, guys. By the way, 15 viewers, pretty nice to hang on to. So yeah. All right, here we go. Y-Wing's top right corner, and it looks like the big ships are kind of in the middle of the board here. I'm not too certain what he wants to do now, because looks like Syndicate thugs. Yes, that's what they are. Yeah. That's why it's called Thug Life. Stay center, avoid edges, don't want to fly off due to ion. Yeah, absolutely.
That's probably what he was thinking when he set up in the middle. With all that ion on the board and those big ships, the edges are going to be scary. He's going to want to hang around that center and probably just dance around that center rock.
Yeah, like I was saying, I mean, because they're the Y-Wings that have the lock on, right? You can only shoot forward. So I think what he wants to do ultimately is come in from the side and then kind of hang out at range 3 with Leebo, just plink away with a Mangler cannon. Just till the shields kind of get down on some of those Y-Wings, and just blink off 1 at a time. Because if he gets down to where it's only 3 Y-Wings, and 1 of them's out of arc or 1 of them's out of range, he has a pretty good chance of not becoming ion for the second one, and keeping an ion token on him. So I think that's going to be his main problem, or his main challenge here, and I think we will see them just kind of float around the center. That center rock to me will probably become one of a big thing. And they're off. It's like a 4 straight.
Looks like a 4 straight from Leebo. Looks like a fairly predictable move from the Y-Wings. Though personally, I would have banked them in at this point. But it looks like Brendan is keeping the big ships in formation. Now, the thing we got to remember is that's not Dash, so he needs to watch the asteroids more than he normally would.
Yeah, but at the same time, Leebo's good. Like, a lot of people like to put, determination on him. Yeah, makes him, with a lot of the automatic crits that are coming through nowadays. And I think y'all have probably seen in the last 2 games with the 10 nub. So, if a lot of those stuff's coming through with a lot of automatic crits, even the decimator, the pilot skill 8 decimator is still throwing out a bunch of crits, angler cannons all day, right? It's Leebo's really nice to have because you got the ability to kind of pick and choose what crits you're taking. If you have determination and you pull one that's got a pilot ability, you're like, I don't even care. Like, your automatic crit didn't do anything. So But again, that's kind of a rarity. You don't really see Leebo too much nowadays. You do see Dash a lot, which we'll see if that changes coming into regionals, and actually about a month right now. So I believe that's the 30th. One's gonna come down, so that'll be exactly a month from tomorrow. So yeah, guys, come on down.
I think we may see a lot more Lebos from the other southern metas around here, because you have to remember Birmingham still plays on shoots first, which was a bit of a surprise. Some of us went down to the Columbus Store Championship, and the group from Birmingham was up there, and we saw some Lebos as well.
Definitely good. There was definitely a lot of Han shoots first, and I was on, and saw a couple of spinners, not too many. It was basically like the main meta. It was a couple X-Wings, a couple B-Wings. I think that was overall. It's pretty much just plenty of. We have laser.
Laser sighted. Calm yourselves.
Oh,
And I think that was a misplay on Brendan's part right there with Chewie and Leebo. Honestly, I would have banked away from them just to avoid being ioned at this point, because there is a lot of ion coming in. There was technically a different card. It is an ion cannon being proxied as an ion turret. And of course, the question, for Chad's sake, is does one of the thugs have something other than ion? It's like a different card, but I can't tell what it is. And of course, the answer to that is yes, it's a proxy card standing in for an ion turret. There you go, Chad.
uh,
I'm sending Chad out to go recon and see if there's any damage getting through there. Looks like some paint on that one. See if anything goes through. It's like paint tokens there, so nothing got through on that one. It's like. Looks like we got 3 hits with that one. Looks like only one evade, or possibly focus. Oh, and there's an ion token on Leebo. Looks like he's taking a range 2 shot. This is why you don't want to end up front of a warthog. Looks like we got paint. And here's the ion shot. And that's 3. Looks like Leebo is ion. So has there been any other damage aside from the ioning of Leebo? Alright, so it looks like Leebo has 2 shields left at this point. Yep. Target lock, burn. B. I mean, Leebo already has 2 ions, so this is just rubbing salt in the wound right now. Yep. Adding insult to injury. Now all he needs is a stress spot on one of those Y-wings instead. If I were Engine 25, I'd be banking it to, yeah, I might run over one of those asteroids with at least 1, but I'd want to try and keep Leebo in my sights. And since he's going to be ion, yes, he can barrel roll, but it's going to be relatively easy to keep, and I think especially with those last 2. I think they do have a card. It may be red, but even with the top 2, or the 2 furthest back, banking them in will are the 2 on the not the 2 on the top, 2 on the right, banking in will still get them in arc. A hard turn from right there. Leebo does. We just got asked if Leebo has an engine upgrade. Leebo does not. I know, and a lot of other metas, it is a sin to run a large spaceship without an engine upgrade, but that's how we like to roll down here. Honestly, I'd like to run two fire sprays without engine upgrades. I know.
I don't like the fire spray with engine upgrade. It doesn't make sense to me because you never really use it, and especially the way that you run it. At least there's no reason to, because you can slow roll it, you can jump behind with Cath, you can K-turn, you can stop with the called
Inertial
dampers. Right. Yeah. So really, it's like, do you stop or do you go faster? And nowadays, it's almost just a stop.
That is entirely wrong. It's always got to go fast. Run those fire sprays like A-wings and don't give a damn.
Some new action.
The slam engines. Yes. That was something I knew was coming. Because you were either going to see it on the K-wing or you were going to see it on a missile boat. Well, if all indication from the expanded universe or Legends, and I am air quoting that, it's going to be very similar to a shuttle, just a metric crap ton of ordnance and a slam engine. So imagine a shuttle with a slam engine and a bunch of missiles, and you have the missile. Right, and it looks like Chewie is moving, creeping forward, keeping in formation. I would have broken off. I really would have. Yeah, I would have barrel rolled towards where Chewie is, or up. Yeah, actually, I could see him moving up as well. It would have. That it does. That said, the barrel roll might have put in the mark. So without being out there and looking down the laser. And here we have our first shot from Chewie. Or Leebo. No, it was Chewie. So I got 3 hits. And I see paint. Looks like it was just a focus, so that's 1 shield gone. And as we mentioned before, there were some interesting choices for upgrades on Falcon, such as Predator and Gunner. And we were discussing this partially before the match started. Honestly, I like push the limit on Chewie if I'm running a title and throw a recon specialist on there instead. Yep. Let me go double check on that. 2 crits, stun pilot, and what was the other? Let me go check. It was... Alright. Alright. Looks like it was stunned pilot and minor explosion. Minor explosion didn't matter because that Y-wing went splat. And that hurts my heart. I'm a fan of the Y-wing. I always have been since the original movie. Yeah, probably not. Thing with this Warthog list versus 2 big ships, the instant you lose a Y-wing, it is an up battle.
Unless you, it's on what you take. Like if you've already got 1 ship very close to the board, which okay. This situation, he hasn't Chewy at all. So he's struggling. I think have 1 Y-wing, but still, it's gonna be like.
Because depending on how close he can get to Chewie, with the ion turrets, he's only looking at 2 to 3 damage output if Brendan plays Chewie smart and fades. So it's gonna be hard for him to get shoot through all. Let's go see what that was. So you took thrust control fire and ditched the console fire. All right. The 2 crits were thrust control fire and console fire, and the smart choice, which he took, was getting rid of the console fire. So Leebo has a stress. Plus he's ion. I have done that to an outright before. Had it stressed and ioned it so that the very next turn there was nothing it could do. It was double stressed and less than a 1 forward away from the board. Only time I've ever used ion pulse missile, and it actually.
Zing.
because the only person he could shoot at after I ion pulsed him was somebody with rebel cap. It was. The other fire spray was too close. This was back before Scum dropped, so I was running 2 bounty hunters.
With a dash at the bubble still.
Yep, Dash still had the bubble, so. So we got dials going down right now. If Engine 25 plays it smart, he's going to keep on Leebo, try and get him, because now that Leebo's down to hull it, as we've seen him take it over.
Right. Just trying to. Now, Red smart. Go towards. That makes sense. So, wait.
I believe Chewie and Leebo are the same pilots. So I'd move Chewie first.
Yeah, I almost would like. It's hard to say right. I want to say, but
Looking at the positioning of those Y-wings, the smartest choice would be for Chewie to cut down towards the bottom, and then Leebo to follow suit, and then just lead those Y-wings on a merry chase.
actually, I take that. I think Leebo should. That would go one.
Oh, we're about to see what he does. He banks it. He banks towards the Y-wings. Now, he's lost Leebo at this point. Leebo's down. Let me check to see how much hull Leebo has left. And Chewie banks in.
So,
I'm a little speechless at this. I thought Chewie would cut down the other way. That would be smart with Leebo following suit. But let me check on the status of Leebo.
alrighty. Let's see what we got here. Alright. If you guys have questions, comments, feel free to ask. We are here to answer for you. Are we correct?
All right. Well, here's the status of everything. All 3 of those warthogs are full health. Chewie is down a shield from flying through an asteroid, and Leebo has 1 hull. Leebo's going to die this turn. No, he can't. Well, unless he gets direct hits and minor explosions, because their output is 7, and there's 8 hull, or 8 health they have to shoot. Shield, hull. A minor explosion work. Yes. Yep. Ran a hull. That was a blank. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't get in front of a warthog. Looks like we may have lost a Y-Wing, depending on what that crit is. Let me see what that crit is real quick. What's the crit? The crit is injured pilot. Thug don't care about no injured pilot.
Yeah. Now we got a problem. So yeah, that was his. Did his best.
I guess his best wasn't good. So it's down to that one. If Leebo's evade dice remain hot, he may survive one more turn.
Well, the good news is he
got one hit and one evade. And Leebo is out. Apparently, the owner is being pressure all over, randomly all over the street. Dad, I can tell you something.
sorry.
That's what I'm saying. Wait. That's why. Actually, you know what I'm thinking he's going to do? Block with the second one, because most people I see Falcons don't. They. But this way, even if he goes forward, he's going to be caught in all three. If that third Y does what I. Honestly, I'd say it's a pretty good play on his part, but we'll see where that Falcon goes. I would be expecting that Falcon either going one forward or three. So it probably is a 4 straight. And that's put him right in arc. Oh no, it was hard. So he's blocked. That looks like it's gonna. Yeah, definitely not gonna make it. So Chewie bumps the Y-Wing. No.
It's gonna one that.
hits. Oh, that. So that's a warthog down. Yeah. Chewie's probably going to be carrying this match just because he can stay with the range without them being and throwing 4 dice at them with Predator, and then Gunner just shits and giggles.
Right. One Y-wing top. It may or may not have
Damage. Did we just have damage on Chewie? 2 shields. All right. It looks like Chewie is now down to 1 shield and has 1 ion token on him. So that 1 Warthog did a little bit of work right there. Took 2 shields off of Chewie and gave him an ion. Your thoughts?
on. He has 1 eye on. Like, what's gonna happen is they're printed to all the way up, or to a right box.
But would that be too hard? Put them.
So yeah, like we'll see what happens. There's
So depending on where Chewie, right here, potential for some unanswered damage. I believe that Y-wing has been damaged. I believe there's only 1 undamaged. We go check. Looks like we were wrong. Both of those Y-wings are untouched.
the giant killers. Thanks for sticking in. We will hope to see you next week. And Mac Jackety L Jackal. Nice. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night.
And we will be here until the game is over with possible post-game interviews. Yay!
I like how 2 people are leaving.
Well, we actually had about 16 at the height of this game, so. So Chewie's down to hull at this point. And it looks like one of the remaining Y-Wings is down shields. Y-Wings are like D-Wings, just not as good in this game. As good as a B-Wing.
Not as good as Cirque.
You're just jealous of my autobots.
There are only 2 B-Wings that are really currently.
Or if you just run 4 squads.
Yeah. Why the B-Wing's so popular currently? It's because they nerfed the Phantom. Because when the Phantoms were around, they're like, B-Wings? Alright, hold on. Can't. Now that the Phantom, no one plays them anymore, B-Wings have. Hey.
B-Wings were still doing good. Just because that's still a lot of shield and hull you have to eat. And they can put out a lot of decent firepower. Yes, he was ion, so he can only move 1 forward. And of course, we got a token going down on him. Let's see real quick. Yeah, it looks like actually that may be an evade. He's got 8 hull left. It is entirely possible for those Y-Wings to bring him down in 2 turns. Because the Y-Wings can do up to 3 damage. Yeah, it's going to take some good luck with dice. It only matters for those hard turns for those Y-Wings.
Hey, I mean, now it changes.
No, they do not.
It only changes the 2 hard.
Correct. So that makes the 3 hard a double red.
Double stress for. So, if you have, it's if you have what, adrenaline rush, you can't use it on.
I believe so. There's another ion token, and here comes the other shots.
Just 2 regular hits. Pretty sure that's like. He's gonna spin the lock, roll. Got 2 hits.
Looks like there was paint. It looked like it may have been an evade. But it doesn't matter with Chewie.
Look different. Oh, we were back to 15. What that?
That's no Mike. Looks like he's knowing what he's doing.
Unless he's Ion, in which case, everybody.
Let me go check to see if he was Ion. Is Chewie Ion? Chewie was Ion and only has 3 hull. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this will be game turn at this point. Because we have a full health Warthog and one with 3 hull left. And it looks like both have Argon. So Chewie's probably, Chewie, in all likelihood, is probably going to kill one.
Yeah, this is the great thing about those warthogs is that they can just kind of, if they get you, they're just gonna stay on you for forever. Oh, that does not look too good. I think it's gonna be, it's gunner triggering. Finally, bro, and gonna be 2 hits. It's a blank. It's a blank. Oh, he's gonna spin it. It's take 1 hit. That is not good. Not. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Actually, it looked like that Warthog. So, yeah, he I see 2. Just to go evade. Oh, he doesn't have a... Actually, no, it had... Okay, it looks like he let that ion go through to protect the prime. So we were right, it was a focus instead of an evade on that one die. Well, the primaries throwing 3 dice. They're range 1. Yeah. Oh, they've both left. And that is game.
That one evade is nice, especially with Predator on Cloud Skill too. But
he got to use Gunner while attacking. That never happened.
One of the things that we were questioning that a lot of other people were thinking about was, once Leebo was Ion, why did you not break right instead of breaking left in front of all his weapons?
I was just trying to block at that point, because it's my first time flying against Y-Wings, so I didn't see it that.
Yeah, a lot of people were thinking that you should have broke right earlier, actually, and just let the Y-Wings chase you. You were faster and stayed at range 3 where his ions.
So it's my first time. So I was learning.
Okay, and it's not my first time flying Y-Wings. It was my first time with the first time I ever flew the BTL A4 Warthog title. It lets you, the one that lets you shoot twice if you have a turret upgrade. So it wasn't me just trying to make fun of the guy who's never been at shop before. It's like I really didn't know how to. My wings don't handle that well. So I didn't know how the game would go. But
And Tiny Elvis 001. Thank you for watching. We'll definitely look forward to having you watch us at regionals.
absolutely. Hey, if you tune in on regionals, you could win some free stuff. Everybody likes free stuff, right? I don't know what is the boss man won't tell me how much free stuff I'm allowed to give away yet, probably because he doesn't know. But,
Yay for free stuff. So watch the feed. And the regionals are going to be on May 30th.
Also, you can correct me on this one, but I think that the stream, or is it the Facebook page, there's going to be a painting contest, which I've already mentioned. It's either you do it on here, or I think they're going to be posting pictures on Facebook to go judge.
yeah,
So you should totally do
I don't know
that.
how the judging's going to work, but I know the viewers will be able to contribute to the voting somehow.
Yeah, do that. Make me win. I'm going to win.
He actually
Do not let him win.
he offered to paint a bunch of guys Falcons so that he could figure out so he could basically design the winning ship.
Do mine, and I'll sell it.
Are you sure your allowance is going to be enough to cover it, Chad? I mean, it is after your curfew.
Yeah, Chad's like 14. Not really. Chad, he's almost done with college, right?
Got one.
Oh well, good for you. I had 1 year of college left 4 years ago. I finished 3 years ago. Yeah, but you're tall, man.
But you actually look old. Well, that you're not under 5.
So let's have let's have a chat about Wave 7. And like, there's some interesting stuff going on in the forums about how everybody thinks that the K-Wing and the TIE Punisher are like really awful looking.
Those I like. The Houndstooth, I do not like. It looks like a giant Jawa crawler in space.
You know, it's chat. You know what? And I think we talked about this on Facebook. The Houndstooth was boss was inevitable for the game, and the Houndstooth was kind of, people guess that would be in the game after he wasn't in a Z95 in Most Wanted. So once boss was in a Z95 pilot, they had to have the Houndstooth. It was by far the scum ship that I was most excited about from the expanded universe. It is the ugliest model in Wave 7, and I hate the K-Wing. The K-Wing is like a weird World War II fighter. It's like, and I've never liked any of the art. It is a very nice model. Like, well, I've seen some up close pictures of it, and it might be kind of cool to play Miranda Doney. Has a really good ability. It's like she can sack shields to roll an extra die, or give up an attack die to recharge her shield. And you can put a crew member, so put that with R2D2.
I would totally do that. You sack
And Chad doesn't play Rebels.
Yeah, you sack an attack die and you're like, sweet, I have another shield back. Like, I don't have to put out so much damage.
All right, the spammer's been trying to get the mic here for a minute.
Going back to the sacking the attack die, the interesting thing is are you going to be able to do that even if you don't have a target? Are they going to release some errata for that, or
the card says once per round when attacking? So you have to essentially give up an attack to do it, or use a weapon that it gets a bajillion dice anyway, so it doesn't matter.
And we were talking about the slam engines as well, and the possibility of the missile boat coming in. Which the missile boat, it's a Lambda shuttle with a lot of missiles on it.
I don't know about the missile boat. I'm a big fan of the assault gunboat. A lot of people, that's a big fan of on the internet, or has a lot of fans on the internet. The missile boat has a lot of fans. Unfortunately, I think because we have the TIE Punisher, the missile boat's never going to happen. And the assault gunboat's never going to happen, because they fill essentially the same role. And
there's the ordnance upgrade in that thing is awesome. awesome.
Extra munitions.
Yeah,
It's
it's so
weird.
good.
Like it doesn't fix ordnance. It improves ordnance. It's still risky. Yeah, but it's it gives you a second one of everything else you have loaded, but like it takes up an ordnance slot.
Two.
Yeah, the Punisher has 2 missiles, 2 torpedoes, and 2 bombs, so you can load it with that and just take whatever you want. It's 6 shield or 6 hull and 3 shield, and it's 1 agility, and it has the boost action, so you can take auto thruster.
Yeah, that's,
What?
you're gonna take a 2-point upgrade for something that's gonna have like 30 points already invested in.
No. You're gonna take 4 of the 4 of the baseline ones with Howl Runner and auto thrusters. It's gonna be. It's not. That's not gonna be good. It's gonna be terrible.
Like what? What? Why?
Hey, I've seen bomber swarms with Howl Runner do really well because it's miles of hull.
Sure. Yeah, and the problem with the new thing about the Punisher is that it has shields, which is the problem.
That's the problem with the Empire in general. I mean, it's just like probably 50% of their ships have shields nowadays, but like the popular ones like the Fighter and the Interceptor. The colors crazy, so like it's hard to read. Marty Mar 85, K-Wing looks like a mechanical vulture, easily the ugly of Wave 7. I can't agree with you there. Like, I love the Houndstooth. I love the lore behind. I love Bosk. Bosk has an awesome ability, and the Houndstooth with the 180-degree firing arc is going to be awesome. It is ugly as sin. That's going to be, usually I like my ships to look like they do in the movies, so I don't repaint or anything like that. I'm going to have this guy do me an awesome repaint of my Houndstooth, because that, like, the model looks terrible. And I love the Houndstooth, and it's going to be the scum ship that I play the most. I don't even know what everything it does, and I promise it's going to be the one that I play the most. But it needs some love as far as the paint department. Have you seen Wave 7? What do you think?
I like it. I'm actually
The man of some deep thoughts here.
no the art that I saw on Wikipedia of the K-Wing was a little disappointing. The model looks great. I'm interested in playing it, so we'll see how it goes.
The slam drive in the K-Wing could be cool. Like right now the K-Wing has 2 different things that make its attack that make it kind of worthless as far as attack goes. Like Miranda Doney, you can recharge shield but make your attack bad, or the slam action you give up ability to attack. But then again, like Miranda's going to be tanky. It's an interesting thing. None of the K-Wing or Punisher pilots have EPTs. That's weird.
And then the new Scum Fighter, the Kurax or whatever, and the Pilot Skill 9 guy, who was apparently the guy you ganked in the first mission of Star Wars Galaxies.
Yeah, Talonbane Cobra killed by a bunch of PS1 newbies. It's pretty exciting. I did read an interesting theory. There isn't any story about him really on Wikipedia, but I saw a cool thing on the forums. Maybe it's like a title, and he's like the boogeyman. When you kill him, you're the new Cobra.
Red Pirate Roberts.
Yeah, exactly. It's like essentially that. Or I don't know. And the other one is Graz the Hunter. I've never heard of him either.
So I like Talonbane's ability.
Oh yeah, and I have a question about that. I'm probably completely wrong, but the wording on we're losing viewers like flies. I guess we're not very funny. The wording on Talonbane is like your attack and defense bonuses based on range are doubled. I feel like if it's just for attack and defense roll, like if it's just your number of dice, there's a more elegant way to word that. So, do you think there's any possibility that if you get a buff based on range from an ally, that'll double too? Like maybe Sarisu lets you reroll 2 defense, or is that a completely off the wall thought? Because it's just the wording of his ability is really unusual, and I didn't pick up on it.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It just says that the your bonuses are double. Yeah, because what I'm thinking is that because they did not say you roll an additional die.
Yeah, like I feel like
I'm
when attacking,
because they did not say rolling an additional one in addition to those extras. I'm actually thinking we may see some stuff that increases the amount of die you get at range 3, either through EP. either through EPTs or pilot. Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, I mean, just a little bit of speculation there, but I think it's some pretty decent speculation just based on how the card.
And, you know, I think the most likely outcome is we're going to get a fact that says, no, you're dumb, that's not how it works. But I feel like the words in this game have historically been very specific, and it's not as specific as
It's very dumb, but you know,
That's our resident child just complaining about 10 nub there.
Chud likes his TIE fighters and his interceptors, and he doesn't like things that can evade it.
he is 10 nub is essentially broken because there's 0 ways to counter it. If you could still use a token, it would be totally fine.
All right, Chad. The next time we play, I'm gonna do 10 num with auto blaster and calculation.
Or the other thing you could do is just stay out of his arc or kill him. It's a B-Wing. It's not like it can evade.
See, the way you beat a B-Wing is you fly around the side. And then it turns towards you, and then you fly around the side again.
I'm being a little mean there because...
Any other viewer questions? We're just kind of rambling on. If anyone is watching, how do you think that deploying the Nashta pup is going to work when the Houndstooth blows up? It said, like, official rules are in the manual for the Houndstooth, but it didn't detail them in the article. So when this comes through on the feed, throw forward your theories. Any other thoughts about Wave 7?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Emperor card.
I am definitely looking forward to the Emperor card on the raid. We're talking about that. And they didn't show that in the recent preview. That's something we could talk about. Tarkin, Grand Moff Tarkin is good. He's a little expensive, though. You can, at the start of the combat phase, you can take a focus away from an opponent or add one to an ally, but it's 6 points. Admiral Ozzel is 2 points, and he basically just lets you run over asteroids. Or you get to roll to take damage with a huge ship instead of just taking damage. Well, no, it's the huge ships. It's automatic. You just take a damage.
His ship at range 1 to 2 or 3, they can't use it.
That'd be really good. What? Yeah. What does Captain need to do? I just tried to use my phone and it died. I also want to know what the other TIE advanced pilots do. I need to know. We didn't get any answers to our question. Okay. I don't know. The Avengers comes out on Friday. That's exciting. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be. I gotta work tomorrow night, so I'm gonna be there. I'm going to see Avengers Friday night on IMAX. Will pilots gonna be the same when the Houndstooth pup engages? Who is that? Yeah, Marty Mar. It says, or actually, I'm pretty sure that you retain, or I would guess that you retain your pilot skill and your pilot ability, and maybe even your EPT if you have one equipped after the pup ejects. If you look at the article spread image, the pilot skill on the pup has a star, so maybe it just says use the one from your other pilot card. Any closing words?
On to Nita now. All right, Nita is if you overlap an obstacle during activation phase. Okay, no, Nita is the one who doesn't care about asteroids anymore. Ozzel is during the energy phase. You may remove up to 3 shields from your ship. For each shield removed, gain 1 energy.
Oh, that's good. If with a ship as many attacks as the Raider, that could be good. And it's cheap. It was like Grand Moff Tarkin is not cheap.
Especially if you take stuff like the backup shield generator, which automatically regens a shield. So you can essentially...
Oh, there's a chair.
So with that, you can essentially pull a shield off to gain an energy and regain that shield at the end of the phase.
That's good. Find the actual text for Cobra. I mean, I only think because it's just kind of odd, but in all likelihood they're just going to fact it so that it just gives you the extra dice, which is still really good. But that's not something to shy away from. But good night, San Diego. We should. I mean, honestly, we should probably wrap up too. It is 11:30 over here on the East Coast.
Stay classy, Sid.
Hi, casual.
Does nobody get that reference? It's
I feel like
it's an Anchorman
I feel like
reference.
I should have. Oh, I don't.
Stay classy,
All right.
San Diego.
Talonbane Cobra. When attacking or defending, double the effect of your range combat bonuses.
Does that make? Yeah, it. Really unspecific, which kind of hints that maybe there's a small unlikely chance that it'll give you other bonuses, like maybe Sarisu lets you re-roll 2 dice if you're at range 1 of her. That's probably not how it works. But it's just the card text is just really vague, and that's unusual for this game.
I have stealth device. Do I automatically get one more? Is that a combat bonus, or do combat bonuses only mean like?
It says when attacking and defending, your combat bonuses from range or something. You just read it.
I think it just says combat bonuses.
The word range is in there. I don't know what. Yeah.
If it's just combat bonuses, I would assume it means things that you get at like the start of combat or during combat. Account. Stealth.
Yeah. What about the Sarisu thing? Or like if another ship lets you reroll dice, can you then reroll 2?
But it's isn't that only for, is that an upgrade or is it just for a ship? Why would it?
I don't know. Yeah, so then if he gets a formation bonus, then can he double his formation? I don't know. Probably not. Like I feel like it's going to be fact, so that's not the case. I just the text is unusually non-specific for this game. Any other? Oh, there's a new illicit upgrade, Glitter Stim, I think is what it's called, and it's for that whole turn that you spend it on, it lets you convert all of your focus results to hits or evades, depending on. Yeah, it is. So like, I'm thinking, stick that on Nadrus. Yeah, you take a stress, but who cares? You could get like 9 focus tokens just because. So give it to like Nadrus Sulak with his Lone Wolf reroll and his two 4-die cluster missiles. He's getting 8 hits. Just because.
There's also a new EPT, Light Something.
The people are thinking that's lightning reflexes, and based on the partial card text, we think you can pop it to take a stress and turn your ship at 180 degrees at the end of your maneuver. So maybe you could do, I don't know, like or do a 1 turn and turn around. I don't know.
Spot.
It's probably at the end of your maneuver.
Other awesome part about the Kiraz, it's another way to get Predator without buying a Defender.
Yeah, and I think Lone Wolf is in the Houndstooth. I mean, everybody has an Outrider, but Lone Wolf's in the Houndstooth. Stay on target. Chad doesn't buy Rebel ships.
Tonight.
Well, we should. I wish we had a mobile camera. We could film you buying a Rebel ship.
Yeah, both Lone Wolf and Stay on Target are in the Houndstooth.
Hey, I actually like the idea. Like, put maybe Stay on Target as an EPT in the Houndstooth. That'll be really good because of the wide firing arc. And then give it the K4 security droid and the Outlaw tech. Because, by the way, it has 3 crew slots. So it's just like, yeah, so you chase with Stay on Target, becomes a red maneuver, you get a focus from Outlaw tech. And then when you do a green to clear that focus, you get a target lock. And then you can still get so like every other turn you have a target lock and a focus, and you're always focused.
And just so you know, the Houndstooth are the YV666s. For boss, EPT, cannon, missile, 3 crew, and an illicit.
Lots of upgrades. All the ships from Wave 7 have a mountain of upgrade slots.
5 points.
Yes, and Bosk is on the cheap. He's the I'm thinking the Houndstooth is the is going to be the Scum heavy ship going forward, like akin to the Falcon, or the Decimator, and he's cheap.
So one crits to add 2 hits.
After your attack hits, you cancel a crit. It becomes 2 hits. So he's the anti-Chewbacca. You deal a direct hit to Chewbacca just because, and it works on shields. The other cool part is it works on shields. You cancel a crit and make it 2 hits.
After you attack before they.
No, it's after the attack resolves essentially. So like after the attack hits and you know it hits, if you have a crit left over, you can expand it into 2 hits. Calculation's going to be good. Cannon's going to be good, except Mangler Cannon, it skinnies out the firing arc. Oh no, it has a it has a 180-degree auxiliary arc. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we're probably going to wrap up. We appreciate viewership. Anyone who's still watching, we've probably failed in our purpose. But yeah, thanks for watching our games. We will be back in 2 weeks, and then we will be back in 2 weeks again. So that's look at the dates. Yeah, we have a stream the Wednesday before regionals on Saturday, May 30th. So it's probably the 27th and sometime around the 15th. Sign up for regionals at fcbcomicsandgames.com. Go like our Facebook page. Like us on YouTube. We're North Atlanta Games on there for some reason. We have Fly Casual, and we'll be back in 2 weeks with more X-Wing. Thanks, guys.